Okay, hopefully everyone can hear me on this this device. Good evening and welcome to everybody for the South West Regional Volunteer Awards for 2024. Before we go too much further, I would like to pass on our thanks to both Rich Ayling and Keith Reid, who's over there, for their hard work and preparation that they've done in getting tonight ready for everybody for the awards. Also, I would like to thank everybody that has turned out tonight to this Devon Hotel in Exeter for this awards evening. The South West Regional Volunteer Awards are a huge highlight for us within the region to celebrate the good work that so many of the regional volunteers do across the region to support the sport that we all enjoy and love so much. So again, thank you very much for your attendance. Today has been a busy day so far. We've also had the South West Officials Conference earlier today in this room. And this is included celebrating some of the athletes awards as well earlier on during the day. Tonight, however, is all about the volunteers, and I'm excited to see so many outstanding awards and volunteers that have been recognised this evening. For those that don't know me, my name is Paul Darcy. I'm the current chair of the South West Regional Council. I'm a UK Level 4 field official. No barracking yet, please. I'm also part of the team at Yeovil. I'm the treasurer and one of the company directors for Yeovil Athletics Club Limited, and on various other committees across the South West involved in athletics. Obviously got a big passion for the sport, otherwise I wouldn't be standing up here doing this evening. So thank you very much for that. Before I pass over and we get on and introduce our host, a small bit of housekeeping for you. There are no planned evacuation drills this evening. So if the alarm goes off, we're all going out, okay? Probably to the fire exit at the back, but there are also exits. It sounds like an airline that way. So there are exits. So if anything does go wrong, we'll meet in the car park and reconvene and take the awards with us and do it outside. Hopefully those who are in the room have already found the food. I noticed there's still quite a lot of food left at the back, so please feel free to go and help yourself to some more as we go through the evening. Toilets are available on the my right, your left-hand side over there. There's also another set through the door here if you're brave enough to go that way. We are live streaming tonight so that friends and family and other club members can watch from afar. So please keep the barracking to a minimum until I've finished. If you are in the room here tonight, please keep your mobile phones on silent. Because it will get picked up by the microphones as we go through, and you don't want that when you're watching this back later on when you get home. If you are asked to come up to the stage, please make your way up to the front. Be prepared for a very short question and answer session when you get here and you've had your trophy prize awarded to you. And then make your way probably back to the far corner initially for any photographs against the volunteer awards boards, please. And that will be good. This year, the EA have wanted to focus largely on sustainability, so all the awards are sustainable and sustainably sourced, largely wooden products. So you'll hopefully enjoy those, and I think they actually look quite smart this year. Finally, before we begin, and with the obviously with the food that you've already had, I hope you're already having a good evening. The bar, I'm sure, will be open again at some stage as we go through. Right, I'm not sure that Joe really needs an introduction, but it falls to me to introduce our host for the evening, which is Joe Pavey. So I'm going to pass you across to Joe in a moment. Jo has the most incredible athletics career and has been a superb ambassador for the Southwest region. She's competed at 5 Olympic Games and won the gold in the 10,000 metres at the European Championships in Zurich. And she's also a 2012 European silver medalist in 10,000 metres and a 2-time 5,000 metre medalist in the Commonwealth Games, winning silver in Melbourne in 2006 and bronze in Glasgow in 2014. So please put your hands together for Jo Pavey.
Hello, good evening. Can you hear me? Is that working all right? Yeah. Good evening. Thanks, Paul, and thanks everyone, Richard, everybody from England Athletics for putting on this awards tonight. And thank you so much to all the volunteers here. I absolutely love the honour of hosting this awards night because it gives me a chance to really pay tribute and say a huge thank you to all the volunteers in the region that give so much of their time so selflessly to help others enjoy their sport. And I personally feel so grateful because when I was a young schoolgirl, I found that I loved running. But, you know, what would I have done about that if there wasn't volunteers? And someone took me to my local athletics club. My club was Exeter Harriers, and I went along to the club to find so many friendly faces giving their times, whether it was the coaches, whether it was the people in the clubhouse doing the tea and coffee, the officials, the timekeepers when I wanted to go to meetings. All these people enabled me to have years of enjoying my sport and fulfilling a lot of my dreams and just meeting so many wonderful people and having so many great experiences. And none of that would have been possible for me, just the same as many other people out there enjoying their sport. You know, the enjoyment is the main thing, and that wouldn't have been possible without volunteers. And you've all given so much time, so that you've given so much time, you still continue to do that so that other people can be out there reaping the benefits of our wonderful sport and really enjoying themselves. So a massive thank you from me on behalf of everybody in the region. Thank you so much. So we need to talk about the order of play, and tonight we're first going to present a recognition award from the council to 3 recipients, and then we'll move on to the 8 categories that make up the England Athletics Regional Volunteer Awards. And we will have a break halfway through, so don't worry. And then we'll go on to the second part of the evening. So first of all, let's start with the first part of the evening. So I need to click on and find the recognition awards from the Regional Council. And for this, I'd like to invite Debbie Brooks from the South West Regional Council to come up. She'll be presenting the trophies and also be completing the Q&A with the recipients. So thank you. So before we start with the core regional volunteer awards, as I say, we're going to have the South West Regional Council presenting these awards, and after careful consideration, the awarding panel felt that they wanted to highlight the following achievements within the region. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about the 3 winners before we invite them up. So these are the bios of the winners. Our first award goes to a club for the outstanding work they have done around sustaining a much loved and much needed and used athletics facility. Earlier this year, their track was at risk of closure. Following on from a petition that amassed 15,000 signatures, club representatives worked tirelessly with the town council who've agreed to take on the facility. And this summer saw British Gas invest heavily in improvements to the clubhouse, and further work is scheduled to take place later this year. And this wouldn't have been possible without the efforts of the club's volunteer team. I got the honour of being there that night when the new clubhouse was opened, and it is really, really impressive. But, you know, how amazing to go from the threat of closure of this amazing facility to actually upgrading some of the facilities with all the work that the volunteers put in. It's amazing. And I loved using that Yeovil track. I was really fortunate that in 2014, in the lead up to my European Gold, I was practically doing all my training on that track because Exeter Arena was shut, and without, you know, people allowing me to use that track, I wouldn't have made it. So I'll always be very grateful for the use of that facility, and people helped me to do that. So thank you. And our second award goes to a club volunteer from City of Plymouth AC. He has fulfilled a range of voluntary roles for the club, but more recently he's worked tirelessly on the sustainability of the club's home, Brickfields Athletics Track in Plymouth. His hard work has secured an agreement for the club that protects their future, the use of the athletics track, and improves the track and field landscape within Devon. So that's great work. And our third winner in this category is a long-standing volunteer who has committed many years of service to Bristol and West AC. He has tirelessly devoted himself to the administration of the club and to the athletic development of young children for more than 50 years. He has been club chair, secretary and treasurer, and at the club during this time he has put so much hard work into Bristol and West AC. So thank you. So, your winners are Yeovil Olympiads AC, Paul Crutchley of City and Plymouth AC, and Hilary Nash of Bristol and West AC. Could you come up? Unfortunately, Hilary can't be here tonight. Sadly, he had, I think, had problems with his heart, and we all wish him a speedy recovery. Apparently, he's making a good recovery, so that's good news, and we all send him loads of our best wishes. So, could we have Paul and somebody from Yeovil Olympiads coming up to talk to Debbie?
Well done, Paul. Can I just ask you, what's the latest with the with the agreement at Brickfields, and what are your hopes for next year?
Hopes for next year are that we actually get a new clubhouse next to the track, and the current, we've relinquished the lease on our piece of land that we have at Brickfields. That's now been handed over to Argyle Community Trust for them to be able to develop the whole of the site, and like I say, we're now effectively homeless. But we are, like I say, very hopeful that we've got an arrangement with Argyle Community Trust where we're going to, they're going to provide the hard standing and run services in. We've got to provide the money for a building. At the moment, we've got. Hello, I'm not starting again. So we're hoping that we're going to have a new clubhouse, and if everything goes according to plan, there's a possibility we could have the structure for that clubhouse up sort of January 25. So, and then we need to raise some money to be able to do the internals of the building, but that'll come in time. But it's a very exciting time for the club. So this is, thank you very much indeed for the nomination, and yeah, it's very humbling. Thank you very much.
Brilliant. Well, good luck for next year, and hope it all gets sorted soon.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Good evening.
Thank you very much.
Can I ask, were you surprised by how quickly the petition grew momentum outside of the region, and how did you feel about the growing support?
We were blown away by the support. We were quite surprised, but not that surprised, because we just know how well used and how well loved the facility was. So, you know, the fact that it was even considered by the council was a shock. But when we had the idea for the petition, put it out there, we weren't totally surprised by the amount of support. How it then grew, and topped out over 15,000 was a bit of a shock. But, it was brilliant, and it's resulted in, a major investment from one of the main sponsors of Team GB with British Gas. That wouldn't have happened without the support we got through the petition.
That's brilliant. It certainly looks good. I've been there, and it does look very nice. Well done.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Debbie. So now we move on to newcomer to volunteering. And I'll tell you a bit about this category, and Paul Darcy is going to present the trophies and complete the Q&A for this one. I'm going to tell you about this category. I need to say this category recognises the efforts and achievements of a new volunteer within an England Athletics affiliated club. And to be eligible for this award, you need to be new to volunteering, either in the sport or at the club in the last 3 years. So first of all, we're going to tell you about the runner-up in this category. When I talk about the runner-up, I want to say what an impact this volunteer has had on her club in a relatively short period of time. She's taken on several roles of volunteering for Avon Valley Runners, and these include becoming Deputy Race Director for the Avon Valley Runners Half, managing the club's social media and becoming the club's Assistant Club Secretary. She has really contributed to the development of the club and has brought so much energy and enthusiasm to her various roles. So your runner-up is Katie Oliver. I was going to say, before Katie comes up, let's enjoy some images. Well done, Katie.
Okay, on behalf of the council, there's your award. Before you disappear, though, tell us a little bit, for those that don't know about AVR, tell us a little bit about your club.
It's a brilliant club. It's a really big one in Wiltshire. It's very inclusive. We have kind of cater for all different abilities. We have loads of brilliant schemes. We have a goal-getter scheme, which kind of encourages kind of people that might be new to running or looking to achieve their different goals to be paired up with a mentor, and they kind of support them throughout the year. We do loads of big events. We've got the AVR Wiltshire Half Marathon, which is the one that I help out with. We have a 5K series as well. So yeah, we have loads of brilliant coaches, and we have coach track sessions every week. But yeah, it's a really friendly club. It's a really inclusive club, and it's just kind of one big family, really. So yeah.
Good. Well, thank you very much for that. And it sounds like your input into that is making the club even better. So, so well done, and thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah, well done, Katie. Thanks for all you do. So now we move on to the winner in this category, the newcomer to volunteering winner, and how this incredible lady combines working and fulfilling her various voluntary roles is one of life's great mysteries. She is a coaching assistant at Poole AC, and with the delivery of hurdles and high jumps, she is kept very busy. She is also secretary of the juniors section, team manager for the sports hall, and is the vice chair for both Dorset County Athletics Association and Team Dorset Athletics Network. And she also volunteers for the South West at the regional council. So your winner is Charlotte Phillips. So let's see a video about Charlotte.
Since Charlotte joined Poole Runners 2 years ago, she has become a coach of high jump and hurdles, helping dozens of athletes. She's on the juniors committee. She is vice chair of Dorset Athletics and of Team Dorset. She's on the regional council of EA, and she still has time to compete and lead by example. So we're very lucky to have her energy and ideas at the club in Dorset and in the South West.
Charlotte has helped me improve my technique, which has allowed me to get to English schools.
When I started hurdles with Charlotte, I could hardly get over the hurdle, and now she's made me able to comfortably do 3 strides.
Within high jump, I was only at 141, and after struggles because of thinking I was too small, I was at all-time low. But Charlotte upbringed me, and now my best is 152.
Thanks for all your hard work with my daughter Izzy. She was a very shy, quiet girl joining here, and you've managed to bring her out of her shell. The extra sessions after training, the one-to-ones, improving on the techniques, striving her to do the 3 strides. It's all improved, and she's looking at some good PBs and better to come. So thanks for all your help and giving her a nudge for the multi-event side as well. So thanks, Charlotte.
I know a lot of you probably couldn't hear that at the back of the room because the speaker on the projector isn't brilliant. We are trying to work to sort that out. But Charlotte, that looks like an amazing input into a club, and it sounds like you're having a really positive impact on your club. And I know you also, because Charlotte works with me on the South West Regional Council as well, where her input is also really very much appreciated indeed. So, a newcomer to volunteering, tell me why you wanted to get involved in this sport. Just come forward a little bit.
So I am a newcomer to volunteering, but I've been at Poole Runners, not Poole Lacey, for 21 years now, on and off. Left for uni, came back after uni, and a round robin went to the club senior membership saying, we've done a Facebook campaign post-COVID to get new juniors. It's been a bit too successful. We've gone from having 30 juniors to having 150. And we don't have enough coaches. Would anyone like to, I thought I'll come down and hold a stopwatch, I'll maybe blow a whistle. And I came down to meet a couple of people and they said, would you like to be the lead hurdles coach? So I thought, all right, I'll give it a go. And then I didn't put my hand down quite quickly enough when Richard Worthington got me onto the regional council. And then there was some bits I was doing around the Dorset Sports Hall wasn't really working as well as it could, so I was like, we'll just do that as well. And it just, like, everyone's been so nice, and it was so important to me growing up to have that community and to have the running club, and it never mattered how good I was, as long as I tried my best. And to be able to be that for some of the kids I coach now and be able to sort of be part of that infrastructure that lets that keep happening and lets us be accessible and lets us be meaningful without having to be expensive, just means more than anything, really.
Good, and I think you can get from that Charlotte really has a positive impact on Poole Runners. So thank you very much, and here's your trophy.
Thank you very much. Thanks for my next 2 years of service.
Well done, Charlotte. Absolutely brilliant. So now we move on to Club Leader of the Year. And Emma Davenport from England Athletics will present the trophies and ask the questions for this category. So this category recognises the efforts and achievements of a club leader. And for this, you need to be a member of an England Athletics affiliated club. So for the bio for this runner-up for the category, okay. This is being awarded to a very outstanding volunteer. He is the chair of Yeovil Olympiads AC and fulfills numerous other voluntary club roles. He has led the club through an incredible period this year, and thanks to his hard work, the club are in a far better place than they were in January of this year. He is kind, he's helpful, and he's held in the highest regard by all those involved in the sport. And your runner-up is Jeff Cole from Yeovil Olympiads.
So it's been a big year. We've already heard about the facility and we've seen, the celebs that you had down there. What does it mean to be nominated as Club Leader of the Year from your club?
It means an awful lot. It's very humbling, but also without the team behind me, it wouldn't have been the success that it is, and we wouldn't be able to move on the way we have. We've got a really great dedicated team of volunteers at Yeovil, and I'm just in the fortunate position that I'm able to hopefully help lead them and give it some direction. But it's without the rest of the team, some of whom are here tonight, we wouldn't be able to do what we can do. So yeah, it means a lot though. Thank you.
And working with those, I guess, working with volunteers that smile and are helpful and have a leader that smiles and pushes us forward makes all the difference.
Yeah, absolutely. And you only need to see that from the reaction you get from the athletes, whether it's at coaching or in competition. And that's what we're all about at Yeovil. So I'm just delighted to be able to be sort of part of that.
Well done. There's your award.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
I'll have my clicker on the table. So now we move on to the winner in this category. This winner is a member of Team Bath AC. He's the track and field manager for the under 13 to under 15 year teams and the track and field representative on the club executive committee. He's demonstrated exceptional leadership since joining Team Bath, particularly by boosting club participation in all areas. His kind, inclusive approach has significantly enhanced the club's success, especially in recruiting volunteers. He is currently looking into a mentoring programme to be introduced to the club. And your winner is Ian Osborne. But unfortunately, Ian can't be here tonight. Sadly, his son has broken his collarbone and he's looking after him. So, yeah, our best wishes go to all of them. And I believe Debbie Brooks is coming to receive the award. But we'll just see a clip here about it.
Ian Osborne is so deserving of the Club Leader of the Year award. He is honestly one of the most dedicated people here at the club. He has been insane at getting new people into the club. So many juniors here. It's absolutely buzzing. I don't know anyone else who's more dedicated than Ian.
Since joining the club, he's become a very well-respected member and pillar of the community, as some would say, especially in the juniors and junior teams.
Within a club like Team Bath, there aren't many people who don't see barriers. Whenever you ask them to do something, they see the problems first. Ian doesn't see that. Ian sees the solution, and to be honest, everything we've thrown at him since him and his family joined, he's just taken embrace. So really, that's why we're nominated.
He's always helped to pay the leagues where he's very well treated with the young athletes, and we just appreciate having him.
He's done an awful lot, both on the committee side of stuff, where the backroom boys and all the cogs work. But in particular, he's also worked a lot in structuring our youngsters in the track and field events, and that's been superb. And not least, he's getting on to be quite a good hammer thrower, so that's going to stand him in good stead and give him a bit more street cred. I wish Ian all the best with his award, and he's thoroughly deserving of it.
So my question was going to be about the mentoring, but I've been asked to be nice. So I'm not going to ask you about the mentoring. I'll hand this over. Do you want to just add a couple of words about Ian?
Yeah, Ian, or as we know him, Oz, he's brilliant. He's great with the children, the adults. He's fantastic at team managing, officiates as well. And as they've said on there, he joins in on the hammer, which he's been really enjoying this season. So yeah, brilliant. I'll make sure he gets this tomorrow.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So this next award is going to be to contribution to athletics and running. And Richard Ayling is going to be presenting this award. This category provides competition providers, affiliated clubs and run together groups and associated partners a platform to highlight the athletics and running opportunities that are provided through voluntary organisations or individuals. For this, the nomination can be for an individual volunteer affiliated club, a run together group or an associated partner with England Athletics. And we first move on to the runner-up for this award, and I'd like to say this is a very emotional moment for me and everyone else in the room, and obviously the recipient's family and friends. As we award the recipient of the runner-up trophy for contribution to athletics and running, I think we'd all like to take the moment to pay tribute to the recipient of this award, who is Sarah Robert, who many of us know. Sarah sadly passed away very unexpectedly in March, leaving her family, friends, clubmates so devastated. Sarah was such a wonderful lady who was fun-loving, supporting and encouraging to everyone who she met and everyone at her lovely club, Avon Valley Runners. I personally had the pleasure of meeting Sarah on several occasions, including when I had the massive honour of hosting the awards night at Avon Valley Runners. She really was such a lovely lady and so much fun to be around, as everyone knows. Sarah was the club chair of Avon Valley Runners, and over several years she was involved in a range of voluntary roles for our club, and these included the mental health ambassador, youth welfare officer, run leader and supporting various other working groups. Her legacy is living on, and in her memory, the club recently held a summer barbecue that incorporated a memorial run for Sarah, and this raised money for her favoured charity, the British Heart Foundation. So I know this evening there are many representatives of Avon Valley Runner here. There's friends of Sarah's, there's Jay and many other friends, Vicky, just to name but a few, and her grandson Dylan, who I've met on several occasions, and she was so proud of him. And I believe there are members of Sarah's family joining us online as well. And we would now like to show some images of Sarah volunteering all the time that she gave at Avon Valley Runners, before we will then ask Jay Sims Bagshaw, along with her grandson Dylan, to come up and accept the award. So we'll just see some images first. Okay, as you can imagine, some lovely fond memories there of Sarah. And could I invite Dylan and Jay to come up to accept the award, please? Thank you.
Well, first and foremost, thank you so much for coming along this evening, and it's great to celebrate Sarah. We all know how hard this is going to be, but it sort of feels like a great opportunity to reflect on some of the amazing things she did. So, if it's all right, Jay, I'm going to start with you, and I was going to say, Sarah was this crazy personality. She was such a person to know and love. Can you just tell us a little bit about some of the traits that you think made her such a great volunteer?
Sarah's just such a unique person, and to know her was to love her. There's not a single person at our club who didn't know who Sarah was and hadn't been cheered by her, celebrated by her, or had some kind of interaction with her. And everybody who knew her felt that Sarah was her friend. She had that way of amazing communication, being really passionate, and such an amazing cheerleader for everybody.
So on that note of being a cheerleader, Sarah could really yell as well, right? Like, Sarah had a great voice on her. The person she's probably yelled at the most over the years is this guy here, normally for the right reasons, to be fair. Dylan, if it's okay, can you tell us a little bit about perhaps the impact she had on your running and the impact you think she's had on others?
The amount of support and effort she put into it was just incredible. I've gone through videos and stuff from races, and there'll be thousands of people there, and the only one I can hear is her voice. She's just so loud, and she put so much effort into everything as well. She was just a perfectionist. She had to go the extra mile for everything, and it was just ridiculous, the amount of support she gave.
You say she was a perfectionist. However, it was incredible when we go out running that she would find the longest possible routes to get back. For a lady who lived in Trowbridge for most of her life, she didn't seem to know the roads very well, did she? I guess finally, the thing I kind of wanted to ask you is, you spoke about obviously what an amazing cheerleader she was. What do you think right now would mean to her being recognised for what she's done? Either of you.
Wow. I know she would, I'll use her own words here, she'd be chuffed and she'd say, well, this is bloody brilliant. But, yeah.
It would just mean so much to be in front of her peers, knowing that her family are at home. These sorts of events really meant something to Sarah, and she'd have been honoured that Joe was here as well, because she thought incredibly highly of Joe, and they had a connection as well. So this would have meant the world to her. She'd be really honoured and very proud.
So firstly, can you say a massive thank you to Dylan and Jay for coming up and speaking so brilliantly, and also give it up for the late, great Sarah Robert.
Thank you, Dylan. Thank you, Jay. And thank you to everyone online and here in person here to honour Sarah. And it's great hearing the fond memories. I mean, all the fun that she gave in the world of athletics. We're all really appreciative of all those fond memories. So thank you, Sarah. Now we move on to the contribution to athletics and running winner. She is the club secretary for Cornwall Athletics Academy. Her voluntary roles also extend to be a driving force behind track and field for Cornwall AC. She's an assistant coach, a team manager and a timekeeper, and she's described as the heartbeat of athletics in Cornwall. And your winner is Karen Rebillard.
I want to tell you about Karen Rebillard and why I nominated her for this award. I first met Karen standing by the side of the track at Carnbray in Cornwall and had my daughter with me who was really nervous but maybe keen to try out athletics, been recommended to us by a friend and colleague, Saturday morning club open to anyone. So we turned up, Karen was there, she welcomed us. She let me stay with Elodie so that she could feel part of the club, and immediately we got this sense that this was somewhere that anyone was welcome to come and have a go and get involved in the great sport of athletics. Quite quickly, Karen and I were chatting, and suddenly I find myself doing an assistant coaching course with her. That is the sort of person Karen is. She is a great support to me individually, but for our club, we would be lost without her in the track and field area. She is the first there, she is the last there at every session. If she's not doing that, she's on a timekeeping stand at a league meeting, or she's running around arranging things behind the scenes for our 5-star track meetings for our junior athletes. She's the person that fills the lists for our regional league meeting teams, twisting arms, persuading senior athletes to turn out the 100-mile journey to Exeter to make sure we've got a full team. She's the person that has put on an under-11s stream to join our Saturday morning junior club up to our proper training on the Tuesday and Thursday evenings. All of that is Karen. Everybody knows her, and there's a reason for that. It's because she pours her heart and soul into making sure our club continues running, continues growing, continues developing. And I just wanted to say thank you, Karen, on behalf of everybody at the club. Thank you.
You're a busy lady, huh? If it's okay, could you tell us just a little bit about the different voluntary roles you do? And I will tell you, we can't be here all evening, but please do your best.
Well, as Hannah said, yeah, I'm track and field chair of Cornwall AC. I'm team manager for South West League. I'm a timekeeper. I'm a trainee tracks judge. I'm a competition provider. I'm also secretary for the academy on a Saturday morning, and I coach 3 times a week, as well as 3 children who only one of them now does athletics, so they do other sports too. I'm involved in the regional council now and on the Cornwall side of things as well. So I thank my husband for letting me carry on. I spend a lot of hours doing what we call track stuff in our house, and it causes a few problems sometimes at home, the amount of time I spend on it. But I love it, and I love coaching my athletes, and I love officiating, and I'm a bit of a bossy boots, and I love organising stuff as well. And what can I say? I just love the sport,
We need a few bossy boots in our sport. So on that note, one of the things I loved about the video was obviously talking about your ability to kind of convince someone to do coach assistant course or, commute a long way. Any particular sort of top tips you can give to any other volunteers to make people do things they don't want to do?
Get them in early, basically. You get the children involved, and from a very young age, and the parents see the children having a whale of a time, and the parents are appreciative, and they want to, if we just get some parents doing a little bit, it all adds up. So, some of, the officials have been officiating for years, aren't, doing all day stints. Getting new blood in, doing a little bit will help the sport, and it's the only way forward, really.
Well, I can't ring anyone in Cornwall without them speaking superbly about you because of all the work you do. So it's a real honour to give you your award tonight. So firstly, please take your trophy. The other thing you'll see there is an envelope. This category has been sponsored by Sport Shoes, and hopefully there might be able to get a few quid off a pair of trainers with what's in there. So congratulations and really well done. Thank you.
Well done, Karen. So now we move on to Coach of the Year. Can we invite Keith Reid from the South West Regional Council to present the trophies and to ask the questions? Thanks, Keith. Keith, like so many people here tonight, has done so much for the sport over the years, so thank you, Keith. So this category recognises an individual who has demonstrated their ongoing passion and commitment for coaching athletics and running within a voluntary capacity over the last 12 months. This person must hold either an athletics coaching and running fitness, or a level 2+ qualification, and the coaching licence must be valid. So when we talk about the runner-up for this award, this person, he is a member of Taunton AC and is a key club coach who specialises in coaching javelin. He coaches junior athletes right through to his senior national and international athletes, and he helps them achieve their full potential and earn England and GB vests along the way, and he's held in the highest regard by his athletes. He supports other coaches and gives confidence to parents and helpers and older athletes to become coaching assistants. But apparently our winner, who is Simon de Wilton, he can't make it tonight, unfortunately, but we're going to see a few images of the great work that Simon is doing. Okay, Keith, would you like to say a few words about Simon?
Yeah, sure. I don't know Simon that well personally, but I know he does some outstanding work, and I think his name's cropped up numerous times when it comes to javelin throwing in both the southwest and in the Taunton area. So I think he is a truly worthy runner-up in this award. So well done to Simon, and keep up the good work, I think.
Yeah, thank you. So we now move on to the winner in this category. She is a coach in running fitness for Avon Valley Runners. She has completed at the highest level as a Masters endurance athlete, and she's now sharing that knowledge with athletes of all abilities and ages. On her top of her club coaching, she regularly supports 10 to 15 athletes on a one-to-one basis, so she puts so much hard work in. She is kind, she's caring, and her athlete-centred coaching approach enables athletes of all abilities to really thrive under her support. And your winner is Fiona Price.
Fiona Price is a brilliant coach because she is a very supportive and kind person. She has made me a more confident, a happier person in my life, and just more outgoing. Because when I first met her, I was very timid and nervous. She improved all of my running, like every distance, from like 100 metres to half marathon. And she's just stuck with me through everything. I was quite sick for a while, and she stayed with me. She was really supportive, and she was just really kind for that. She is a brilliant and kind and lovely person, and is amazing.
I think Annie Fiona is a great coach because she's the driving force behind my running. She's helped me through numerous PBs. She's just so selfless, she's so positive, so hard working, says all of this in her spare time. She's got me through injuries on numerous occasions, and yeah, I just think she's just brilliant. I just couldn't ask for a better coach, really.
She is a brilliant and kind and lovely person, and is amazing.
I think Annie Fiona is a great coach because she's the driving
she's helped me through numerous PBs. She's so selfless, she's so positive, so hardworking. She does all of this in her spare time. She's got me through injuries on numerous occasions, and yeah, I just think she's just brilliant. I just couldn't ask for a better coach.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
I'm going to ask you a few questions, but what sort of you enjoy most about your coaching? Clearly, your athletes, obviously.
Yeah. I
you know.
mean, I'm very humbled with the award. I absolutely love working with all these people. Everybody from Avon Valley Runners is so supportive. It's all inclusive, and it's just so rewarding. And I'm inspired by the athletes, to be honest. They pick amazing races to do, and I can see them come to fruition. So yeah, it's really rewarding for me as well.
Yeah, obviously you work very closely on a one-to-one basis with athletes. Do you find that sort of very rewarding to do it that way?
Yes, yeah, kind of like, yeah. Each one has an individual plan that I update every 2 weeks, and they're all really good. They tick the boxes, they fill in the feedback. We work well, and we're a team.
Well, many congratulations and keep up the good work.
Thank you very much. Well done, Fiona. Really well deserved. And now we're going to have a break for about 15 minutes. So please get yourself a drink to the toilets, and we'll be back very, very shortly. So thank you, and well done everyone who's won awards so far.
Whenever you're ready. Do you want me to try and get pretty quiet?
Do you want to start it off?
Okay, welcome back, everyone. Okay, we're going to resume with the awards now, and I will hand you back over to Joe, who's a little bit shorter than I am because I'm quite bent over at the moment trying to speak into this microphone. Over to you, Joe.
Thank you, Richard. Hope you're all ready for the second half. Hope you feel refreshed, and well done to all the winners so far. So our next award is Community Project of the Year, and for this one, Richard Ayling from England Athletics will be presenting the trophies again, and he'll be asking the questions too. So I want to tell you about this category. This category provides affiliated clubs, run together groups and associated partners a platform to highlight the impact they're having on their community. It's new for 2024, and first and second place were identified through a live vote, so that's very exciting. So I'm firstly going to tell you about the two shortlisted projects, and then we'll see the information about them before we then invite them up. So the two shortlisted projects are, firstly, Clevedon AC. They got involved in the Food Bank Run initiative in 2023, and they repeated this again in 2024. The club also arranged a tour with a food bank manager to learn more about how it operated and why there was such a massive need for projects like this. The club work with other local clubs and support town initiatives too, plus also club engagement has been a big factor in helping to raise awareness of the great work that they do. So our other shortlisted club is Tavistock AC. The club worked with Tavistock College to get the track repaired after a major fire which destroyed equipment and damaged the surface. The club established an agreement to fund repairs, a new track surface and markings, and this is now all complete. The club continue to raise money and to actually train on the facility too. And there is such a positive vibe and a positive outcome now after the awful damage that was done to the facility. So before we announce who came first and second in this category in the Community Project of the Year, we're going to watch a video highlighting the brilliant work of the two contenders.
Here at Clevedon AC, we're really proud to support the community of Clevedon. So some of the ways that we've done that is in the last 12 months, we have supported the food bank in Clevedon, and we've also supported Parkrun by providing them with a new whiteboard for their volunteers. We've also stacked up the roster of volunteers in Parkrun and provided a full roster. And also part of Clevedon AC is we put on a race every year at Boxing Day, which is very much part of the community spirit here in Clevedon.
Tavistock AC were formed in 1985, and the club continued to grow, working closely with the local community to offer athletics coaching to an area that previously had not had such a thing. Following their successful campaign working with Kelly College and Tavistock College, the club were proud to open their track in 2009 at Tavistock College. It was a magnificent achievement and offered a superb facility for the clubs to grow even more. The club combined to work with local communities, setting up running sessions at the track for beginners, and also put on events to raise money, both for the community and the club. The devastating fire in April 2023 was a major blow and could have set back the club. But thanks to the efforts that Alistair Kinsey and the club committee put in, a very positive outcome has been reached. The club had already taken on the running of the track outside of school hours, and by being able to obtain funding and insurance claims, the track was successfully reopened in May of this year. This meant they could put back on their 5k runs on a monthly basis and also put on events. The Devon Open was there this year, and also an open meeting held by the club. Overall, it's a fantastic achievement to have rebuilt the track in this way. Under the new stewardship of Mark West, the new chair, the club will continue to grow, and I'm sure will continue to work with the local community in events and more fundraising to help fund future developments at the track. Well done, Tavistock.
So brilliant work there by Tavistock and Clevedon. So in second place were Clevedon AC. So could members of the club come up to accept the trophy for runner-up, please? Well done.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
I absolutely love how your club mates have just sort of sent you straight up there.
I know, I got the short straw here.
If it's all right, are you just happy to introduce who you are and your role in the club?
Yeah, my name is Andy Hayes. I'm the chairman of Clevedon Athletic Club.
First and foremost, congratulations. Tell us a little bit about the club so people know about what your offer is and so forth.
So the club started in 1977. We do two major road races that we organise throughout the year. One on Boxing Day, which has been a long-established race. We do a Midsummer 10K in June as well. And we also, we punch massively high for where we are. We've only a membership of about 120, 130 people, but we compete in a lot of big national leagues. And we do silently support a lot of other communities and charities in the area as well.
So just on that note, obviously, as the video highlighted, the fantastic work you've been doing around sort of food bank and engaging with the community. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yes, it's something we got involved in 2 or 3 years ago. Saw it as a great opportunity in Clevedon, something that was really, really needed. And Sally, our secretary, who's here tonight, sitting down over there, she put it out to the members, is it something we want to help? And we just had unanimous support from everyone to get involved. It's such a needy charity in Clevedon, local.
It was great to read the nomination and see how you're engaging with the community. I guess the question, we're always a little bit greedy. We're always asking the question, what's next? What else does the club hope to get involved with?
Just more of the same, really. We don't sit on our laurels. We'll continue to do what we do, and we also strive for other things as well. We don't just support the same community events, the same charities. We're looking for other people as well. Our Boxing Day race is a massively successful race, and through that, we encourage a lot of charities to come forward, and we do help them all financially, so as much as possible, really.
It's absolutely brilliant, and thank you for coming up to receive the award, and congratulations to everybody who's been involved at Clevedon AC. Please put your hands together for everyone. Thank you.
Thanks very much. Thank you.
Well done, Clevedon AC. So your 2024 winners in the Community Project of the Year for this year are Tavistock AC. So can members of Tavistock come up, please? Thank you, well done.
It's been a while since we've caught up, hasn't it?
It is. I've got my awards jacket as per the images. It comes out every so often. So many people to thank about this. You don't build a track. I've got to admit, the high jump going up in smoke doesn't quite do it credit. It's taken our team 8 years to get where we were. 8 years ago, we walked into the college and we weren't happy with the relationship, and catching up with some friends tonight, Plymouth AC and alike, and other stories I've heard. It's that relationship wherever you happen to be. It took 8 years to then form the club, create a charity, and then get the actual lease. Yes, the high jump going up in smoke and making the national news one particular weekend wasn't particularly helpful. But yes, getting the whole track refurbished for the good of community. Yes, we've grown in size. We're nearly 400 members as average, both running and athletics. So many volunteers involved. It's great seeing the volunteers getting recognised tonight as well. Future, hopefully I'll get all through this. You won't ask me any questions. Future, Clubhouse is next. We've got the security of the track. It's our track for our members, excluding school hours because of our arrangements. And the next is to develop an actual clubhouse to give us that focal point, not only as a club, but I'm sure like many others in this room, it's a focal point for the whole community. There's so many spin-offs. Hearing about the food bank from Clevedon, I know, I quote, Plymouth AC is just down the road, and they've had a similar situation with their clubhouse for quite a few years now, and it's certainly things that have crossed my mind. There's so many things within the community that the track itself and the right facilities and storage area can also then pick within that. It doesn't have to be all about athletics and running. I think all of us would agree it's all about the community and how the community can come together, whether you're volunteering, coaching young children, old, and other things within it. Any other questions?
You've kind of done my job for me, to be fair. I'm going to give you one question because I feel rude not to. I guess one of the things, every club at different points will have highs and lows and go through some challenges. I guess one of the things I'm intrigued about is I know how devastating the fire was, but how did you kind of keep the momentum so high and keep the spirit so high after such a, let's face it, an incredibly frustrating and sad thing to happen?
Through every disaster, if we didn't think Tavistock as a community loved, supported our club, then within about 5 minutes of social media going into overdrive, there was no dispute. We had outpouring of support from current and past members, the college community, all the different schools we have, many other clubs, the Lions, the Rotary. Financial support was also gifted within that. So literally within a number of days, there was individuals we'd not seen or heard for years, and organisations we probably didn't even know about were just pledging our support, the local police, etc. So that was in no dispute. And then, yes, just getting down to the practicalities. Yes, it was an insurance claim. How long's that going to take? I met the head teacher a couple of days later. The assessor was down on the Monday morning. The fire took place on the Saturday. There was never any qualms about that this needs to be resolved and this track needs to get back up and running as soon as possible for the good of the community. And some of the images that you saw, we were still holding events with the actual track while it's damaged, and then we had the final of the very first 5K, which we do every month, cutting the ribbon when the track was fully functioning. Great support, I think, by West Devon, as West Devon Council as well, who give us a great amount of support. So, like you say, in a disaster adversity, you really do realise just how much affection we got from the local community, and yeah, very humbling. And likewise, this award is very humbling for a lot of hard work by a lot of individuals over the years. As everybody knows, it never quite happens just like that. And one or two key individuals can just tip the balance. So I take my hat off to everybody that attends this evening with all the great stories I'm hearing as well.
Well, thank you, Alistair, for articulating so brilliantly why Tavistock have won this award, and congratulations to everyone involved. Thank you.
Well done, Tavistock AC. Brilliant story there of how the facilities got back on track. So now we move on to Club of the Year, and for this award, again, we'll ask Emma Davenport from England Athletics to present the trophies and also ask the questions. And this category, to be eligible, clubs must be affiliated to England Athletics, and clubs were originally assessed on a criterion that explored the club's key achievements, their member experience provided by them, and whether they were fully compliant with club standards. This again is new for 2024. And the first, second and third place positions have been identified again through a live vote. Again, very exciting. So I'm going to tell you about the three shortlisted clubs. So the first shortlisted club is Avon Valley Runners. The club have developed a goal-getters scheme, and members are mentored by another club member who provides support, encouragement and advice. The committee reviewed club policies to ensure that they are reflective of the current club stance. And the club's volunteer briefing packs for the Wiltshire Half Marathon were used as best practice examples. Avon Valley Runners have invested in 2 coaches and 6 leaders qualifications, and this expands options for training offerings, so well done. The second club is Poole Runners, and junior membership growth is due to a feeling of belonging and a fun factor, and fun is always so important, isn't it, especially for youngsters. Taster competitions enable young athletes to practice techniques in a friendly but competitive and relaxed environment, so they don't feel like they've got pressure on them. A committee member is dedicated to new senior members too. A walk group was added to the club run night for those who want to participate but are unable to run, so that's really good. And parents are encouraged to assist at sessions, and many are going on to gain qualifications themselves too. And our third nomination for this is Yate and District Athletics Club, an inclusive club run by fantastic volunteers with competition opportunities at all levels, and coaches are travelling a lot to support athletes. 8 new officials joined 32 existing officials this year, and parent volunteer numbers have also increased dramatically. There is a growing adaptive athletics training and competition programme, and race chairs and seated throws frames have also been purchased from fundraising, which is really good. Communication via the website and social media is really excellent at the club. So before we announce who came first, second and third in the Club of the Year, we'll watch a video highlighting the achievements of our 3 brilliant contenders.
This is what it feels like finishing a race for AVR. But who are the people that get us here?
I just like trying to help other runners, really, that achieve their goals if they can.
The main benefit of the coaching for me is I just enjoy seeing the kids getting out there, getting busy, running, improving, and most of all just having fun.
I love volunteering for AVR because it helps me to meet so many different people around the club, not just people that you run with regularly, but yeah, I've managed to make loads of different friends, and it just makes you feel much more a part of a wider running community.
I'm a volunteer.
I'm a volunteer. I'm a volunteer.
I'm a volunteer.
I'm a volunteer.
Here at Pool Runners, we're really proud to have been nominated for this year's Club of the Year award, and in as short a time as possible, here are a few members telling you what makes our club a bit special. Go.
We inspire with our Couch to 5K and progression groups, our track development group, our fun 5K relay event, an organising event on female health for local runners.
We have a fun team spirit, orange shirts and beanies. Over 20 club records have been broken this year, some of them more than once.
We offer 3 levels of training and our athletes have succeeded in prestigious events.
We've invested in coaching and equipment and just started strength and conditioning and biomechanical assessment.
So we're delighted to have been shortlisted for South West Club of the Year. Yate District Athletics Club is a family-orientated, all-inclusive club for age groups from 6 years old through to octogenarians and above. We cater for those who just want fun in athletics through to age group internationals.
We have over 400 members of all ages and abilities, including our growing adaptive section. In addition to growth in the main club, our academy is also thriving, attended by 300 children this year, with a further 150 on the waiting list.
Over the last few years, we have been growing an adaptive athletics section where we cater for all para-athletes, throws and running and jumping.
Yate Athletic Club has a fantastic group of volunteers in a wide variety of roles, such as the committee. We have coaches, officials, team managers and general helping around the site and the clubhouse.
We are a very competitive club, competing in local and national leagues. In 2023 we topped our division in both the Midland League and the National Athletics League.
We have achieved all 7 club standards with particular growth in inclusion and diversity.
Several of our athletes had GB or England call-ups, and we had athlete representation at lots of championships, including Bucks, the England champs, the national champs, English schools, international masters champs and many more.
We have 20 very experienced and dedicated coaches, and we often have teenage athletes who help with the academy coaching. On top of that, we have 40 qualified officials who help throughout the region with many different events, including county schools and things like the county track and field.
Yate is great. We've got amazing facilities here. Just look around you. We can cover all the events with amazing coaches. Just a brilliant club.
I've really enjoyed watching my little boy grow over the last couple of seasons at Yate Athletics Club. It used to be a club that I ran at as a young girl, and it's really fantastic how they encourage all children to have a go at every single sport.
There's really good coaching here and the coaches are really kind.
Yeah, it's a really inclusive club. My son and daughter have had a great introduction to athletics.
I really like the training here and I really made some nice friends.
Okay, we've been here together since we were 7. Yeah, we've never left because the atmosphere is so nice, and then I don't know, everyone's just really friendly. Yeah, and the coaching's amazing, so yeah.
It's so great to hear people enjoying life at their club. It's so brilliant to see. Thanks to all the volunteers helping there. So first of all, we're going to announce the 3rd place in this category. And in 3rd place, we have Avon Valley Runners. So well done. And could some members of the club come up, please? Well done.
Hi, congratulations. Thank you. So before all those videos, my question was going to be, but those videos have summarised it a little bit, but in your words, what makes your club so special?
We've got over 300 members. We all work together. We've got people who are just starting their journeys. We just had 50 people turn up to our beginners course 2 weeks ago, and we've got people winning, you know, doing the fastest times they've ever done. So I think just everyone together is just what makes it great.
And my follow-up question, which Rich asked it before and I always feel guilty, but what's next? What's next for the club? Not that you're not doing enough already.
Physically, what's next? We've got 2 of our races. So we've got over the hills and then the AVR half. But I think we're just going to try and get a few more coaches and help everyone. Bring all those beginners into the club and make everybody part of it.
Congratulations. Well done.
Thank you.
Valley Runners. So for Club of the Year in 2nd place, we have Yayton District AC. So could members of Yayton District AC come up, please, to accept their award? Well done.
Congratulations. Same question to you. In your words, what makes your club so special?
Well, first of all, I'd like to say thank you very much to everybody who voted for us, because they're the people that we do the athletics for. And really, it's those people that make it a great club. I mean, I can't do justice to what a brilliant video was put together. So it's all the people, the coaches, the parents, the officials, but also it's the accountants. You know, the ones that will do all the backroom stuff. And the kids that say that was brilliant, and we've been coaching some of them since they're 10. I've personally coached some from the age of 10 to 21 at the university now. So it's that history and those people. It's the people that make the club.
Is it always sunny there? Because when I went earlier in the year, it was a very sunny evening, and those videos were sunny, and I can't believe it's always, sunny.
I take credit for that. We've just been in Scotland for 3 weeks, and it was sunny there, so I can just have to take credit for it.
Okay, so apart from having the control of the weather, what's next for the club?
We're looking at a bit more community health. Part of the development Yate Outdoor Sports Complex, we want to try and get some physiotherapy provision there, so the athletes that from the adaptive side, some of them need that kind of treatment before they can even start training or competing. So that's identified a need, but it's also showing that when athletes are injured, they have free time. So we want to try and get a physio development setup going so that their Tuesday nights are still something that they can come along to the club and still feel part of the club rather than being treated elsewhere.
Brilliant. I'm going to ask Rich for an update on that in coming months. I can feel a case study coming on about physio for clubs.
Okay.
Congratulations. Well done. Very well deserved.
Cheers.
So now we go on to your winner for Club of the Year for 2024. And the winner is Poole Road Runners. So could members of Poole Road Runners come up, please? Thank you. Well done.
Congratulations. Well deserved. You know what my question is going to be. In your own words, do you want to tell me a little bit of why Poole is special?
Well, I don't know if anybody knows, but there's Pool AC and Pool Runners. We're Pool Runners. So we're not really known as an athletics club. So we're a club of two halves. So the seniors are mainly road racing. I'm a very poor road racer, but I'm actually joined them through the Couch to 5K programme, and that's really what makes the seniors really special, where it's so inclusive. As we said, we actually had a few people who are diagnosed with different illnesses, and the older people in the club that still wanted to participate. So on our club night, we actually have a club walk, and people come along and then come to the bar afterwards. So it's a real way to reach the community and keep everybody included. And we still run the Catch to 5K programme. That's really successful. We did a talk a little while ago for, we had a dietitian coming down, and it was to talk about women's hormones and women's health to try and capture the teenage and the menopause issues to try and keep ladies in the sport, which was really successful. On the junior side, it's just been phenomenal. We were nearly closing our junior squad around COVID time. We had about 30 people, 30 kids, and only a few parent helpers. We ran a few adverts, and all of a sudden, we cannot keep up with this. We've now got over 300 juniors. So 300 juniors and over 300 seniors. We have now become a really big club. That's meant that there's been a huge amount of pressure on the committees, on the junior committee and the seniors. The junior committee particularly, which is what prompted me to actually put in the nomination. They've been phenomenal. They've really stepped up. We've pulled in so many new parents that have gone on. We've paid for the training. We've encouraged people to go through the system. And we've now got our junior chair, who can't be here tonight, has actually now got a 10-year plan. We've got children going to English schools for the first time in years. Some of the club records we mentioned have not been broken. We have maybe 1 or 2 records a year. We've broken over 20 this year, and some of them more than once, and still going. So we are so, so proud of our juniors. So I'm really so proud for the club that we run this tonight. Thank you.
That's all right. I was going to ask what's next, but I just feel like you need to. Well, you've got your 10-year action plan, but you almost need to take stock, keep those volunteers coming, keep people trained, and that's the key bit, isn't it? It was like this orange army on the screen then of all those T-shirts. I was thinking, God, my son would love that, an orange T-shirt. It'd be in there. But well done, thoroughly deserved. That's a phenomenal growth. And very quickly, I would say keep it up, but maybe plateau a little bit. Just plateau for a little bit and take stock.
We're planning to plateau.
Yes, but congratulations.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Absolutely amazing to hear the success of the club and how it's going so rapidly from strength to strength. Absolutely amazing. So well done. So next we go on to Inspiring Official of the Year. And for this award, Paul Darcy from the South West Regional Council will come up to present the trophies and ask all the questions. I just want to tell you about this category. The award celebrates excellence across officiating. This could be for the service to the sport for many, many years, the dedication and commitment an individual has shown to progress through the officiating pathway, officiating at major competitions, or an official who has gone above and beyond the call of duty. This nominee must also hold a valid official's licence, either a level 1 or higher than that. And for this, we have multiple winners, and a key focus of the awards was to recognise the achievement of the officials who enable competition to happen each and every week. Rather than focusing on a winner and a runner-up, we wanted to explore the achievement of a multiple of officials who are truly dedicated to officiating, and the panel highlighted 4 outstanding individuals who are our joint winners tonight in this category. So, our first winner is a volunteer for Devon County Athletics Association and is a level 3 field official. He has helped many new officials and has played a key role in mentoring level 1s to go on to level 2. He supports virtually every competition in Devon, including sports hall and cross country. He is both an inspirational and very talented official. And your second winner is a level 3 track judge from Bristol and West AC. She is described as a key official for the club and has helped support several newly qualified officials. Her exceptional dedication, patience and expertise make her an exemplary role model for anyone looking to learn from her. And our final two winners are level 2 field officials from pool runners. Over the last year, they've supported so many events in the county. Actually, it would be probably easier to list the ones they haven't been involved in, because they've been so busy. They're an inspirational double act, travelling all around the south to provide officiating support at so many different events, at all manner of things of track, field, cross country and many other events. So I'm going to say the names of the winners, and then we're going to watch a video looking at the brilliant work of these people. So your winners are Murray Croton, Carol Strange and Andy and Claudia House. And unfortunately Murray Croton can't make it tonight, but we're just first going to watch a brilliant video of these
Murray moved down to Devon a few years ago from Hampshire and was a very welcome addition to the county's officials list, being an experienced level 3 official. He very soon became a vital asset to us, taking on the role of field referee at meetings at a time when we were struggling with a lack of experienced field officials. Murray proved to be invaluable. He has led from the front by organising the other officials and also officiating himself at those meetings. He has a can-do attitude, but is also very organised and meticulous. He also has a very good rapport with both athletes and his fellow officials. He's able to offer guidance and leadership that is so welcome by new and inexperienced officials. Murray has helped to develop several level 1 officials into becoming level 2, and also helped a number of level 2 officials to improve. He has been able to use his contacts to get reports for new officials, and as a result the county has a number of new level 2s. He does this all the time with a relaxed, pleasant style and maintains a real sense of humour. His daughter was recently involved in a serious car accident which has made things difficult for the family. Despite this, he has still maintained contact with the county and tried to help us out wherever he can. He is a truly inspirational and dedicated official, a much deserved award. Well done, Murray.
I'd like to have my support for the nomination of Carol Strange in this year's England Athletics South West Volunteer Awards. Firstly, I think Carol is an inspirational person, full stop, but she also happens to be an inspirational official. I have worked under Carol's leadership on and off since 2020 when I first qualified. As an official, Carol is dynamic and she's always well prepared in the role as chief. She's helpful and she's also a team player when she's just doing normal track judging, officiating. She really knows her stuff and she seems interested in everybody, and she's really supportive of those people who are on the start of their officiating journey. I hope Carol doesn't mind, but she's no spring chicken these days, and I'm always really struck by the amount of energy she has, the strength and her sharp acumen. I find Carol a massively positive role model, particularly for older age. And finally, I think I would just like to use 2 examples that show how inspirational Carol is. I remember being at a competition and Carol happened to mention that she'd had her hip replaced, and it was only a couple of weeks prior. And I just couldn't believe how mobile she was and how capable she was on the day. That really struck a chord with me. And then I think most significantly this year, most of us will know that she suffered a very big loss with the passing of her husband. And she returned to officiating about a week after the funeral. And I think that takes a huge amount of courage and resilience, and I find that really inspiring. So all the best, Carol. I hope you win.
Andy and Claudia are exceptional officials. On the field they are very professional, but equally they support all the athletes and are encouraging for them. For me as a newer official, they have been wonderful. They've shared their knowledge and expertise, and everything they do with great humour and great enthusiasm, and it is a joy to work with them.
We're so grateful to have our coaches Claudia and Andy, as they always take up a lot of time to watch and support us races.
Without Andy and Claudia being officials during our competitions, half of them wouldn't even happen, because you have to have officials and athletes at the same competition. Thank you, Andy and Claudia.
Thank you.
And all of this, as well as both being race directors, marshals, coaches and athletes themselves. As officials, they give so much of their time. They inspire, encourage and support everyone. They are the first at events and last to leave, happy to help in whatever capacity is needed. We are so grateful for all they do. Thank you, Andy and Claudia.
Well done. So could we please have Carol, Andy and Claudia to come up to the stage, and anyone who'd like to represent Murray as well. Well done, everybody.
Before we get to Carol's not question session, but a little tribute to be paid by Richie Jenkins on her behalf, I would just like to wish Murray Croton and his family all the best. They're clearly going through a very tough time at the moment. So our thoughts are with you, Murray, if you're watching online.
Thank you, Paul. I'm just going to have a few words about Carol. As an international track official for God knows how many years, way back in the 1990s. I first met Carol in 2013 when her husband appeared in Wales at a meeting. And ever since then, I've worked with Carol over many, many meetings. What you might not be aware of is she actually works out of the country, officiating, i.e. Wales. It's a different country, you've got to cross the border and all the rest of it. But the point is, I looked at Carol and asked her in 2017 if she wanted me to do a report up to a level 4, because she was certainly a level 4. She turned it down. And I think every year since then, I've asked her, and she kept on saying no. Even to the case when I handed over the basically track referee's role, which I had at the World Senior Championships, and asked Carol to do this. So another level 4, John Tanner and myself, could actually do a report up on the 2 days. Both were successful, and when we approached Carol again, the answer was no. Now, what concerns me is, since then, you've heard the report on there about a hip replacement, the loss of Mike earlier this year, which is obviously tragic to the sport. And the fact, it just amazes me that the woman came back and carried on officiating the sport after that bereavement. What amazed me is when I asked her why she was carrying on, it actually amazed me because it was something that I've said years ago when I was asked, why are you in the sport? And this, I would say, applies to every official in this room. It is allow the athletes to achieve their goal. Without you officials, they wouldn't be able to do it. The coaches put the bung work in to get them there, but you actually take up the next step. Without you officials, there's no meetings. Simple as that. So again, regards Carol, she's a very, very strong woman. Very, very strong.
Thank you very much, Richie. And here's your trophy. Would you like to say anything?
Just that was very embarrassing. But thank you.
Okay, so our going on? Yeah. Our next two are obviously Andy and Claudia. We are cheapskates. We've only got one award. It's got two names on it, so that's a good thing. But just come forward a little bit, please. As we've only got one award, I've got one question for both of you. You can answer in turn. When are you doing your level 3?
Yeah, you're right. I haven't signed up for a level 3 currently, but I have been asked quite a few times, so it is on the cards, but I hasn't been decided exactly when yet.
I'm under a lot of pressure from Robin James at Bournemouth to do my level 3. And in a weak moment, I was actually track ref for one of the competitions, which was a desperate mistake, because then he came and said, well, there you go, why aren't I doing a report on you now? So it may have to happen next year.
Good, I look forward to it.
as a member of the TRNG that will look at those reports. That's good news. So I look forward to it and joining us at the level 3 and above. So here's your one award. Please share nicely.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Yeah, well done to our officials, and I agree with the words that without officials, meetings wouldn't happen, and therefore the runners and the athletes wouldn't be able to achieve the performances that they've worked for. So thank you very much for all your work and support over the years. Ooh. This one is... Oh, we go, look. Services to athletics and running. I didn't want to show the video too prematurely there. And again, we're going to have Keith Reid to come up and present the trophies and to ask the questions of the recipients as well. So about this category, this recognises long-term outstanding service to the sport from an individual or a group of individuals. This award celebrates volunteers who have been involved for a minimum of 15 years and have had a huge impact on running, athletics, clubs and the local community. For this award, we also have multiple winners because a key focus of the awards was to recognise the achievement of many long-standing volunteers and the services to athletics and the running categories that they have provided for. We wanted to recognise the longevity of individuals who have shown outstanding commitment to our sport over a long period of time. And rather than focusing on one winner and a runner-up, we wanted to explore the achievement of multiple volunteers who have been absolutely fantastic servants to our sport. And the panel highlighted 3 outstanding individuals who are all our joint winners tonight. So I'm going to tell you about our 3 individuals in this category of services to athletics and running. And our first winner has been Honorary Secretary of Somerset County Association since the year 2000 and actually still holds the role now. His voluntary service in athletics has seen him be a team captain, an event organiser and a level 2 official. He has been involved with the South West Regional Council and has been responsible for the coordination and delivery of the South West Track and Field Championships. He has played a pivotal role in the development of the photo finish within the area too, and he has also helped local competitions to offer this, so that's brilliant. Our second winner is a member of Taunton AC and the former chair of the South West Regional Council. As an area and Somerset schools team manager, he has been involved in all 3 disciplines of cross-country, combined events and track and field. And as a member of Taunton AC, he has been an athlete, a coach, a secretary, a treasurer, a chair and currently president. Very busy. He is known for his passion, enthusiasm and his huge wealth of knowledge. And our third winner is club president and track official for Yeovil Olympiads AC. He's been involved in athletics for over 50 years. He can still be found every week on the timekeeper's stand at the club, and he's there at schools and county events in Yeovil and throughout the South West. He is a level 3 official and has been part of Somerset County Athletics Association committee for absolutely decades, and most recently he's been president of the association. So your 3 winners are David Cook, Richard Llewellyn-Eaton and Noel Frost. Let's see a film about them.
Hi, I'm here just to produce a short video to say a massive thank you to David Cook. David has played a huge role in the development and improvements of athletics and running across both Somerset and the South West. David has been involved in our sport for a number of years and has had various roles within that time. For the Somerset County Association, he's been the secretary since the early 2000s, and what a role he's played for the development across Somerset. David also plays a key role at the Track and Field Championships and has been involved in it for a number of years now. I had the privilege of going out and seeing David this year, doing what he does best, supporting officials, helping athletes have a great day, and also being involved in all things photo finish. As a region, we're indebted to David's time and effort that he's put into improving competition experience by implementing photo finish across various events, and David has supported other officials to develop in this area. David's also been absolutely fantastic for the South West Regional Council and has played a key role supporting the Track and Field Championships. In the various years he's helped organise it, and he's always there handing out medals. Every year I get to do this with him, and it doesn't matter whether it's the first medal of the day or the last medal of the day, David's enthusiasm continues to shine through. David, without somebody like you, so many athletes wouldn't have had the opportunities within Somerset and the South West. We're indebted to your years of service, and we just want to say thank you so much and congratulations on receiving your Services to Athletics and Running Award. Well done.
I've known Richard for 29 years. Not only is he an absolute legend for Taunton Athletics Club, but for the Taunton area schools, Somerset schools and the South West. I don't think there's any job he hasn't done, and no one more deserving of this award.
Richard's the heartbeat of the club. Wherever he goes, he's always organising, officiating and helping others.
Richard's very, very passionate to the sport. He's been within it for countless decades. He's seen through many athletes in his time, myself included, from a young old age of 12. Happen to be still in the sport to this very day, with him mentoring me as a coach. Still learning new tricks from him, and he's still very, very passionate.
Apart from being an exceptional coach, particularly in the high jump, everywhere you go in the club, Richard's there, sorting things, making sure everything is organised. He's always backing you up. He'll fill in wherever's necessary. He'll go round the track, he'll clean up the track, he'll do all sorts of things. If Richard wasn't here, that's when you notice when he would miss. He does an exceptional job, as well as being the honorary president of the club. He is an exceptional figurehead for this club.
I'm delighted to nominate Noel Frost as candidate for this award in recognition of his exceptional service to athletics and running. Noel began his journey with the Oval Olympiads Athletics Club in the early 1970s when his daughters joined and he became team manager. Then for over 50 years, half a century, he's served as timekeeper, dedicated committee member, and demonstrated unparalleled commitment and passion for our sport. Noel also holds the role of president of the Oval Olympiads, and for many years he was a key member and president of the Somerset Athletics Association. His dedication extends beyond club and county athletics, as he's also volunteered at the local park run many hundreds of times. Remarkably, Noel turned 90 this year, and he continues to show that dedication and passion for our sport. He's an inspiration to us all.
I reconnected with Oval Olympiads Athletics Club 4 years ago when my eldest child joined as a junior member, and I was delighted and surprised to see some familiar faces from when I was a junior member some 40 years ago. One in particular was Noel Frost, who quite incredibly, now at 90 years of age, is still as heavily involved as he ever was. And remarkable that he is still not only officiating but is also our club president. I can remember way back when I was a youngster and Noel was coaching. He coached me a little bit. He also used to organise all the youngsters on training nights and move us around from one activity to another. He was our team manager and also of course officiating, and not an easy job those days. We used to have coach loads of youngsters travelling up to Watford, to Hayes, down to Weymouth, so trying to manage quite large groups of young children, and I remember us being fairly lively. Is incredible that he is still as enthusiastic now as he ever was. A really truly remarkable person and inspiration to athletes, young and old alike.
Done. So thank you, David, Richard and Noel, and could you please all come up to the stage, and thank you very much for everything you've done.
Where's the hair?
Where are we all from? Somerset.
Hi, Godfathers.
Right, I'm very conscious that I have a lot of years of athletic service with these three gentlemen. I think it's safe to say they've all done a fantastic job. I'm going to start with Noel. I'm going to ask him, when you reach the tender age of 90, What keeps you going every time you got an athletics meeting?
Well, I had my arm twisted recently to carry on, so that, I can only blame them over on that table over there. But it's still the feeling of seeing youngsters start that career in athletics and still carry on. And it's the younger people that have always encouraged me rather than me encouraging them.
That's brilliant. And we have a competition in the Southwest. We've got a 94-year-old timekeeper in Devon, and Noel's 90. So we're looking to see if we can get the first 100-year-old timekeeper in the Southwest. But thank you, Noel, and well done. Richard? Well, I've known Richard for a long time in various roles, and he's always been Mr. Enthusiastic, and he still is as enthusiastic about putting on things and working with athletics as much as he has ever. I was going to ask him what sort of drives him on to keep doing it, really.
Oh, the youngsters. I love working with them. One of our colleagues here today, Rich Jenkins, asked me earlier, why are you still teaching? You're in your 70s. And the reason I'm still teaching is I enjoy it. And coaching comes along with it. I was persuaded back in 1974 by a certain British coach, why don't you do coaching as well? You're competing, you're helping, why don't you do coaching? So, no, you beat me by about 2 years, but we've both been going for about 50-something years, I think. No, it's fun. It's fun.
Well, brilliant and well done. And Dave? I've known David for a long time, and I think it's in quite a few roles recently, working on the Southwest Council for quite a few years, working on the track and field championships. But the thing about David, and a lot of people don't realise, is the amount of time and effort he's put into developing photo finish in this area. And David's had his own photo finish equipment for a long time, and he's really done a brilliant job. So I think my question is, why did you originally set it up, and what drives you on to do it virtually, in your own time?
Perhaps I should start by saying one of those photos was taken when hair was fashionable. But
I wasn't going to mention that.
Thank you, Keith. About 15 years ago, maybe 20, when I realised my running career was reaching its twilight, I developed a sort of intellectual interest in photo finish, and it has been stimulating, and I've enjoyed doing it, and it gives me an opportunity to sit in a warm and dry photo finish booth while people like Noel get soaking wet next to me. But I plan to do it. I like watching athletics, even if I don't do much now, and I've been able to combine watching and helping at the same time.
I think Dave's underselling it, because the amount of personal, sort of financial commitment he's put into it over the years, I think has been absolutely tremendous. And it's also inspired people like us to get involved in and get a photo finish system in Devon. So I think that's been brilliant. So thank you, Dave, and well done. Yeah.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thank you so much. We really do appreciate all the things you've done in our sport over the years. Thank you so much. So that actually concludes the awards part of the evening, and thanks again to all the volunteers. You've all been so amazing, given so much of your time and everything. And we do have one thing before we close the evening to talk about, and this is our Room to Reward scheme. You might have remembered this if you've seen the awards before. And as this part of the Regional Awards Volunteers scheme, we have a surprise for one of tonight's regional volunteer winners. It's quite exciting. England Athletics have teamed up with Room to Reward, who are a unique charity that works on a simple premise. They work in partnership with hotel partners who donate unsold rooms during times when they know occupancy isn't going to be particularly high, and they actually donate them to charities, community groups, sports clubs and organisations that actually rely on volunteers. The Room to Reward will be rewarding one winner from each of the 9 regional volunteer awards, and this will be giving them a free hotel break. But before we announce the Room to Reward winner, let's watch a video showing the work that Room to Reward do. It's quite hard to say Room to Reward, isn't it? But let's see a video of the brilliant work that they're doing.
Room to Reward is a unique charity created to say thank you to volunteers in the form of a short break. Our hotel partners, located all over the UK, donate breaks in their unsold rooms. Charities, community groups, grassroots sports clubs, any organisation that rely on volunteers to do what they do, nominate some of those volunteers for a well-earned break, and we make it happen. It's about giving those who give up so much time to help others the opportunity to take some time back for themselves. We are delighted to be supporting the England Athletics Volunteer Awards. It's amazing to see and hear and read about the incredible impact that all your volunteering efforts make. And we look forward to arranging some special experiences and well-earned breaks thanks to our wonderful hotel partners. Thanks to our wonderful hotel partners.
Right, as you can imagine, this was a very, very difficult task for our panels to actually decide who should receive this. And the standard of the nominations has been so high this year, and tonight you've seen why it's been a very, very challenging task. So after much deliberation, the panel eventually decided that this year's winner of the Room to Reward would be Andy and Claudia House from Pool Runners. So could they come up and receive the award?
I'll give this one to you because I think you should be the person to decide where you get to go away. I think one of the things which stood out in your nomination, in the nomination for you, is just obviously you do some amazing work in pool, but you go out and about and all the events and so forth you support. So hopefully this gives you an opportunity to go somewhere in the southwest or wherever you fancy, and you don't have to officiate whilst you're there. But if you want to, we'd be very appreciative. But just on behalf of everyone, we just want to say thank you for all your hard work. Thank you very much.
Thank you, everybody. That really was totally unexpected. I was looking around at everybody else waiting for somebody else to stand up, and I thought maybe there are two other people called Andy and Claudia in the room, but there weren't. So thank you very much, everyone.
And don't let Paul Darcy talk you into combining this with doing your level 3, okay?
Thank you very much. Well, I greatly enjoy all my officiating that I do. I love being part of athletics, always have, and I will do for a long time into the future.
Please put a massive round of applause to this year's Room to Reward winners. Congratulations.
Yeah, well done, Andy and Claudia, well deserved. And I think their nomination really did highlight what an inspiration they are within Dorset, as well as the huge effort they put in as officials. And they really support all the club scene as well. And they played a pivotal role in bringing back the Pool Festival of Running after 5 years off as a hiatus. And they've gone in and made that was sorted again as race directors. So thank you very much. And so we're at the point where we're going to close the evening, and I'd just like to firstly say a few words before I hand over to Emma. Just want to say a massive thank you again to all the volunteers. Well done to all the winners tonight, but just generally well done, and thank you to all the volunteers in the region. All of you make our sport happen. You give people opportunities, you give them your time, your kindness, your support, their encouragement. You enable them to enjoy their sport and achieve their dreams. So thank you. Without you, our sport wouldn't be able to happen. So a big thank you from me and everyone in the region. Thanks to England Athletics, thanks to the Devon Hotel, and everyone's made the awards happen. But just thanks again for all you do, all the help you give everyone. We really, really do appreciate it. And I'd like to hand over now to Emma, who's going to officially close the evening. So thank you. Thanks, Emma.
I feel I'm the right height, Rich. I'm okay. I just want to say a massive thank you to you, Joe, for comparing the evening. It's been lovely. I go to a few of these every year, and makes me so warm and tingly inside when I hear all the stories and all the good work that's going on. And it's bigger than athletics and running. It's a community. It's the stuff we do for the community. It's that family feel. I think you mentioned it around a hub. a clubhouse, around a hub, and those lifelong friendships that have ebbed and flowed. So I want to say thank you to everybody in the room for what they do, but I want to pick up on the words that Karen said earlier on. I want to say thank you to the person sat next to you, or the person that's watching at home, or isn't watching at home because they're dealing with whatever home life is, that allows everybody in this room to go out and volunteer endlessly, give up massive of time, whether that's every Tuesday night, Thursday night, weekends, officiating, travelling. So not only thank you to the people in the room, but thank you to the people that support the people in the room that allow us to volunteer and enjoy the sport. So safe travels home, and thank you so much for coming. One last piece of housekeeping. If everyone who's got a trophy or is associated with a little trophy, if they could head to the back, Kylie's going to try and get you all in one shot. I'm not quite certain how she's going to do it, but she's going to try and do a group shot at the back. So if you've got a trophy, please can you head to the back so Kylie can take a picture, and safe journey home.